it's unfortunate. It is going to be Neo G Soulkey for Woongjin Stars versus Calm for STX Seoul. Of course, Soulkey has been proving himself to be quite the formidable player this season. I think he's actually got a much better record than Zero even so far this season. But anyway, he's gonna be playing against Calm. Calm used to be like really good, but from what I've read, he's kind of fallen off a little bit. It looks like in this season so far he's 2-1, and he's 5-5 in the last 10 games, so it's not that bad actually. Still 16th on the Kesper rankings. Anyways, so it's going to be a ZVZ on Chain Reaction this time. Two-player map with pretty close air distances. So, yeah, going to make the Muta battles a little bit more intense and exciting perhaps. Here's Calm. So, yeah. It seems so. That's actually interesting because SDX has still saved Bogus, but Stars is using like their three best players in the first three sets: Soulkey, Zero, and Light. What other? Do they have another like top level player? Not really sure. I'm afraid I don't know these two teams very well, but I do know that Bogus is STX's ace, and he hasn't been played yet. So if Calm can actually take this down, and Bogus is played next, it might be a nice 3-1 victory for STX, since Woongjin will have run out of amazing players. Anyways, there is Soulkey, spawning as the red Zerg on the left, and that would make Calm the blue Zerg on the right. Now, actually, wait a minute, let me think. How is the rush distance compared to on Outlier? I feel like it actually might be a little bit longer. Oh, I did forget Freeze, Araki, but I don't know. I mean, Freeze got some big wins recently, but I still don't know if I should count him as a top level player anymore. Do not know about Free. Anyways, there are the Overlords passing each other in the middle of the map. They're keeping their distance though. They're keeping their personal space. Not going to be intimate with each other. The little Overlord hug or anything like that. Anyways. Looks like, are these Calm stats? Yeah, Calm stats. 2-1 overall this season. Looks like 1-1 against Zerg. And he's beaten some Protoss. Don't know who. And do we get to see... Wait, those were Calm stats, right? Not Soulkey's? Did they show Soulkey stats already? I was not paying attention. And I was also not paying attention to the builds, because I never do in ZVZ. Man, it's so funny, because like, with Protoss and Terran, like the opening build, you don't need to pay attention like to when they build, you know, the depot or the pylon or whatnot. It's just like, okay, he's going for a gateway and a core, blah blah blah. But man, Zerg, it's like, oh, you actually have to see when he builds a spawning pool. Ah, it's so annoying. Anyways, looks like it was either an overpool or a 12 pool expand by Soulkey, I'm not sure which. So it looks like a 9 pool from Calm. 9 pool overpool-ish. Meh. Meh. He's got Lings out, that's the important thing. They're also blue on a blue background, so it's actually really hard to see what's going on from the minimap. Looks like just one guy on gas for Soulkey, and his own Lings are going to be out in time to defend the natural. He might want to pull one drone to help out though. But no, it looks like he's not going to do it. He is content with his Zergling micro. We did a 6-on-6, so he should be okay, although... No, it's going to be fine, because he does have the shorter reinforcement route as well. Anyways, so... Soulkey's gonna have this expansion, and Calm though is gonna have a much faster tech. I think his Spire is well on it, or sorry, his lair is well on its way to completion. So Soulkey looks like he's gonna just turtle up a little bit, probably get some Spore Colonies to defend that. And Calm continues to make Zerglings, but that Overlord in his base from Soulkey sees everything. So Soulkey knows exactly how many Zerglings he needs to match Calm's, and once his second hatchery gets up, he's gonna have plenty of extra larvae as well to work with. So I think, yeah, it looks like Calm rather, is pulling back his Zerglings now. And Soulkey's actually going to poke out a little bit. No, he's going to go back. Both players do have link speed already. And there is the lair for Soulkey, but of course it is still much slower than Calm, so he will, I'm pretty sure, need Spore Colonies.
게다가 상대방이 오버로드가 떡하니 떠 있는 상태이기 때문에 김민철 선수가 맞춰이기 상당히 쉽죠. 네, 일단은 상당히 좀 안정적으로 역시나 김민철 선수가 잘해주고 있고 또 상대방이 나만에 계속 뭐 저글링을 생산하게 하면서 테크트를 좀 늦춘다거나 뭐 이런 식의 여러 가지 뭐
I didn't scroll down. I just time out of that guy. Yeah, whatever. Whatevs. Man, why was my chat not scrolled all the way down? Oh well. So we have an Evolution Chamber at the front. Nice position. Gonna wall himself in a little bit, stop any Zergling run-bys and whatnot. And yeah, so Soulkey seems to have the Zergling advantage. Calm's gonna be able to push those lings back when his mutas get out, but I don't know. I kind of like Soulkey's position right here. I mean, with just, mutas off of one hatchery, he's not going to be able to do too much with good spore positioning by Soulkey. And it looks like Soulkey actually manages to run one Zergling around into the main base here. Doesn't really see anything important. It looks like the hatchery, or the expansion hatchery, now going down for Calm as well, and Spore Colonies all up for Soulkey, so he's going to be just fine. And he's getting his own Spire as well. So I think what Calm should do now is actually keep his muta count, or keep making mutas with his gas, but then just drone up like crazy, because there's no real way for Soulkey to go and do a serious attack. The lings aren't going to do anything with that, with a bunch of mutas on the field. So Calm is kind of free to drone up a little bit. Obviously he's also getting his expansion, and looks like he's actually going to go for an attack though. I don't know how effective that'll be. Although I guess Soulkey doesn't have a Sunken to help out, which could be crucial. But it looks like one ling is actually pulling three lings all the way back to Calm's base there, and Calm actually looks like he's just gonna go for it. Is this gonna work? I don't know. It's a nice arc. Well, it's kind of just a flat line there, and oh my god, that did not work at all. Wow, never mind. No Sunken necessary. Calm doing a completely failed attack right there. And actually, Soulkey making a bunch more lings. I guess he's a little bit nervous about more lings going in. I mean, he does have to be careful, because if he tries to drone too much and Calm makes more lings, he can just take down the Spore Colonies with his Zerglings instead of, and then the mutas just go in and kill everything. Gotta be a little bit careful. And looks like some Scourge are now out for Soulkey. That is me banning people in the chat, by the way. It's not Zaraki. See, I'm doing some sick multitask here. I'm watching the stream chat more than the actual game. Anyways. It's like, oh, he's actually gonna camp the eggs. Oh my god, he actually gets one. I was like, the mutas are already out though, so Calm will be able to just, scare away the Scourge. But actually, Soulkey getting lucky with the timing there a bit, and whoa, what's going on here? It's like a bit of muta on Scourge micro. Anyways, supply count's actually quite close here, 30 against 29. But, well, actually, let me take a look at drones. It looks like Soulkey has a couple more drones on minerals, but, actually, wait, does Calm have a second gas? I wasn't paying attention. I assumed he did. No, actually, never mind. So, Soulkey, okay, looks like Calm just now started mining a second gas. But, Soulkey's had that for a little while. It's like, oh man, he actually hits the Muta? What? Wow. Calm needs to go play some more Muta Micro UMS or something. That was not good. Soulkey in a pretty nice position right now. And looks like both players just kind of, you know, they're doing little Zergling and Scourge shenanigans, but neither player is willing to really commit just yet. Although, having said that, we do have a lot of Lings moving out for Soulkey. And his Mutas, well, he might go for a dual-pronged attack here. I think he might go run his Mutas into the main base of Calm, and then when Calm pulls back all his units to defend it, he's going to run the Zerglings into the natural. Or he could go the Lings in first, and then send the Mutas in once Calm's Mutas go to the natural. I mean, either way, it's basically just kind of doing the good old 1-2 punch, pulling the other guy's army one way and then going in on the other side. And yeah, looks like he's going to just snipe 2 drones and run away there. And you see, Calm does not have any static defenses like Soulkey does, so it's very difficult for him to defend these multiple attacks. Although it looks like he does have a Sunken now at the natural, so that will help against the Zerglings. And yeah, he's just going to leave his Mutas at home. But I mean, Soulkey already had the drone advantage, so now he's just getting further and further ahead. I mean, if you look at the supply counts, it's 48 against 39. It looks like now he's going into the main base once again. The Mutas are not in position. One more drone getting sniped there and pulling back. I like how Soulkey leaves his Scourge in between his Mutas and like Calm's Mutas, and all kind of spread out as well, not clumping them up too much, so they don't all just like hit one Muta. And it looks like we might have the final engagement here. Soulkey doing a nice job microing down Calm Scourge, and oh my god, the drones in the natural doing so much damage. The Sunken is gone. It looks like Soulkey actually just going to retreat with half of the Lings. Doesn't want to overcommit, I guess. I'm not sure why he doesn't go in. Yeah, it looks like, okay, he's just going to pull out with everything, and just be happy with how much damage he's done. No, going back in with the Zerglings. Look at this great multitask by Soulkey, just picking Calm apart in this game. Oh my god. The Woongjin Zergs are pretty stellar, at least in this series. And it looks like, yep, that's going to be the final engagement. I'm pretty sure Soulkey's going to take that handily. Shorter reinforcement route for Calm, not going to make a difference. Yeah, GG from Calm, and Soulkey takes it down. Woongjin Stars goes up 2-1 over STX Seoul. Even though STX started off with the early lead there. Woongjin pulling it back with their 2 heavy hitter Zergs.
이거를 김민철 선수는 그냥 쭉 밀어붙여야겠어요. 왠지 초반에 김민철은 공격 같은 거 하지 말고 일단 상대가 공격 오는 거 여유롭게 막아주고 그리고 받아치는 거 진짜 아픕니다. 자, 우진에서는
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to set number 4 of Woongjin Stars versus STX Seoul. This is going to be a PVT. It's going to be pretty